They always say the same sentence after every crash. Different decade, different faces, different crises, but the lie never changes. They look straight into the camera, calm your fear, soften the panic, and tell you, this time is different. We've fixed the system, and for a while, you believe it. The markets recover. The news moves on. Life feels normal again, but quietly, in the background. The exact same machine that created the collapse starts running again, faster, deeper, and more dangerously than before. And that's why it's happening again, right now. Before we go deeper here, S1 simple truth you must remember. Every major economic collapse in modern history followed the same emotional script, the same financial tricks, and the same public lie, just packaged in a new story. People think economic crises come from sudden disasters, a virus, a war, a bad year, a political mistake. But those are only the matchsticks. The real fire is already burning long before the crash becomes visible, and the lie is used to hide that fire until it becomes uncontrollable. In the 1920s, America was booming. Stock markets were exploding upward. Credit was cheap. Everyone felt rich. People who had never invested before were suddenly buying stocks on borrowed money. Newspapers were saying, a new economic era has arrived. Sound familiar? When the crash finally came in 1929, the system collapsed under the weight of debt, speculation, and blind optimism. Banks failed. Millions lost everything. And after it was over, leaders stood up and said, we've reformed the system. This will never happen again. Then came the 1970s, inflation shocks, currency pressure, and monetary chaos. Again, reforms. Again, promises. Again, reassurance. The same sentence in new words. Then came the dot-com bubble. The story was technology has changed everything. Old rules don't apply anymore. People poured money into companies with no profits, no products, no future, only hype. When it collapsed, trillions vanished. Retirement accounts were destroyed. Jobs disappeared. And again, the public was told, we've learned our lesson. The system is now stronger. Then came 2008. The housing market, the mortgage machine, banks selling risk like it was gold, ratings agencies blessing toxic debt. Regular families being encouraged to borrow more than they could ever afford. Everyone said housing prices could never fall. Everyone said the system was safe. And when it collapsed, the damage was global. Millions lost homes. Savings were wiped out. Entire countries went into debt spirals. And once again, the same lie was spoken. We've fixed it. It won't happen again. But now, look around. Debt levels are higher than ever in history. Governments owe more than they can realistically repay. Consumers are drowning in credit cards, student loans, and by dash now, dash pay, dash later traps. Housing prices are disconnected from real wages. Markets are being pushed upward by artificial money printing. And once again, we're told the same story. The economy is strong. This time is different. It's not. The reason it keeps happening is not because leaders don't know the problem. It's because the system is designed to reward risk in the short term and hide consequences in the long term. When markets go up, politicians win, banks win, corporations win, media gets advertising money, people feel rich, everyone benefits until the bill comes due. And when it does, the cost is pushed on to the public through inflation, taxes, job losses, and currency devaluation. This is where the real lie lives. They say inflation is temporary. They say debt is manageable. They say money printing doesn't matter. They say strong fundamentals will protect you. They say your savings are safe. But inflation is not temporary when money supply keeps expanding. Debt is not manageable when interest payments alone eat national budgets. Money printing always matters. It just takes time to show up. Fundamentals do not protect markets built on leverage and speculation. And savings are not safe in systems that silently steal purchasing power year after year. Most people don't realize they're losing money, not because their bank balance is going down, but because what their money can buy is shrinking. This is the quietest form of economic collapse. It doesn't feel like a crash at first. It feels like groceries getting a little more expensive, Rent creeping higher, fuel rising slowly, insurance premiums increasing, medical costs exploding, and wages staying almost the same. This is not an accident. This is how the system avoids panic while transferring wealth upward. Every crisis follows three emotional phases. First, excitement. Everyone feels rich. Second, denial. Early warning signs appear, but they're dismissed. Third, panic. And finally, acceptance, where the lie is delivered. We've solved it. Right now, we are between denial and panic. Markets still look strong on the surface. Headlines talk about growth, innovation, recovery, and opportunity. But beneath that surface, warning lights are flashing everywhere. Central banks are trapped between raising interest rates to fight inflation and cutting rates to prevent collapse. Governments are spending more than they earn. Households are using debt to maintain lifestyles. And corporations are quietly preparing for slowdowns, while public optimism is still being sold. Here is the part most people never hear. The next crisis will not look like the last one. It will not start the same way, but it will end the same way, with wealth destruction, job losses, currency pressure, and public anger. The lie is not that crises won't happen again. The lie is that the system is stable. It is not stable. It is managed. And management only works until it doesn't. This is why financial education is becoming more important than formal education. Schools teach how to work for money, but not how money actually works. They teach how to get jobs, but not how to protect savings. They teach history, but not financial cycles. And without that knowledge, people become predictable, easy to guide, easy to calm, easy to convince. So what can you do? First, stop believing headlines. Media is not designed to protect your wealth. It's designed to maintain public confidence. Confidence keeps the system running. Panic breaks it. Second, understand that debt is not neutral. Every dollar of debt creates pressure on the future. When debt grows faster than real economic productivity, collapse becomes inevitable. Third, realize that normal is not stability. Normal can be extremely dangerous because danger hides best inside normality. Fourth, diversify your thinking, your income sources, and your financial plans. The more your survival depends on one system, one job, one currency, or one market, the more vulnerable you are. This channel exists for one reason: to show you what most people only realize after it's too late. The truth is uncomfortable, but it is far safer than comfort built on lies. History is not repeating itself by accident. It is repeating itself because human behavior doesn't change, and systems built on human emotion always collapse the same way. We are living inside the calm before the storm again. And when the storm arrives, the headlines will change, the faces on TV will change, the slogans will change, but the lie will remain the same. This time is different. It isn't. If this opened your eyes even a little, subscribe now and visit the channel for the next video. Because what you know about money can cost you everything.